In Dishonored, you're going to find these things called wall of lights, which are going to restrict you to go from one side to the other, but you can do that by disabling them, by empowering or rewiring them. So in today's video we are going to learn how to create these with all of its features. First things first, we are going to go into our content browser, right click, blueprint class, and we're going to create a new actor. I already have one here, nothing in the event graph yet, just in the viewport. So what I'm having here is two cubes, which are going to represent the bounds of our wall of light, and then I'm going to have here another cube in the middle, which is going to represent the actual wall of light, and then I'm going to have a box collision attached to it, which is going to check some things. But before going any further, let's make sure that our wall of light is going to have overlap all, and if you're going to have custom collisions, make sure you're going to set those up so you're not going to get an unexpected result. And for the cube, so the actual wall of light, the representation of it, no collision at all. Also here I'm going to have a power sphere, which is going to represent if our wall of light is powered or not, and a rewire cube, which is going to represent if our wall of light is rewired or not. Rewiring means that actually by default this is not going to be rewired. That means that our character won't be able to go through the wall of light, but enemies will be able to do that. And if this is going to be rewired, that's going to be our character will be able to go through it, but enemies won't. So we're going to go to our box collision and on component begin overlap. Here we're going to create two new variables. One is going to be called is powered. So this is going to check if it's powered or not. And by default, this should be true. And then I'm going to have here is rewired. Alright, by default should be false. So before doing anything in here, we'll need to check if this is powered or not, because it is going to be useless to do anything if this is not going to be powered. And then if that is going to be true, we will want to see if this is not rewired or not. So if this is going to be rewired, by default it's going to be false. That means that we are going to change its value and that it's going to be true. So by default, the branch is going to give us a true value, but if this is going to be true, we're going to reverse it, that's going to be a false, and then we're going to have the false part. If this is going to be true, we're going to go to other actor, cast to character, and we're just going to destroy it. So destroy actor. Alright, so once we're going to collide with the box, we want to kill our character, and if it's going to be false, we'll need to cast to another blueprint class, so another actor, that is going to be for me enemy 1, which is not going to be it's not going to be an AI or anything, it's just a cube with no default scene root and just simulate physics. Alright, but I highly suggest you to have a master AI and then multiple smaller AIs, so like enemies and rats and zombies and whatever your game is going to have. The object is going to be the other actor once again, straight in the object. Alright, and that if that is true, so if our cast is going to be successful, we are going to destroy this as well. So destroy actor, let's compile. And before going any further, there is no way for us to actually rewire this. So we are going to go into our character, and here I'm going to have here an input action that is going to be use bound to my E button. To create one of those, let's go to edit, project settings, let it load, then go to input, action mappings, click on this plus button, give it a name and then a button, and that should be it. Alright, back to our character. From pressed, we are going to do a line trace by channel. The start is going to be our camera's world location, so get world location. Then we're going to get the forward vector of our camera. We're going to multiply this with a float, and I think 250 is a good value. We are going to add these vectors, so vector plus vector, and that is going to be the end. So this is going to set the orientation and location of our line trace. Draw debug type for duration because I want to be able to see it. And then we're going to check if we hit anything or not. That is going to be represented by a red dot at the end. So now that we hit something, we are going to have this branch to be true. We're going to break the hit result, and we're going to cast with the hit actor to our wall of light. So if what we hit, so the hit actor is going to be equal to a wall of light, this cast is going to be successful. And if this is going to be successful, we'll need to have here some branches. So first we are going to get from us wall of light, get powered sphere. So get power sphere. Alright. And it's going to be the component, and we're going to check if this is true, if this is equal to the hit component. And if this is true, we're going to do something else a little bit later. And let's set up the part with the rewire as well. So if this is not true, we're going to do another branch. And we're going to check if what we hit, if the component that we hit is equal to the rewire cube. Not set but get. So get rewire cube. And if this is equal to the hit component, we are going to plug this in the branch. And if this is true, as I said, we are going to rewire it. And we are going to go to a wall of light. Set is rewired. Right. We're going to set this to be true. And we are also going to get from rewire cube set material. And I'm going to have a custom material for this, so we know when this is going to be rewired or not. And let's tidy the blueprint a little bit. So we're just going to create some reroute nodes. Alright. And one for this as well, and this should be it. So let's check if this is working or not. So we're going to go here, we're going to rewire it, as you saw, and then let's check if we can go through this. So as you can see, we can go through it. And now let's check with our enemy as well. So this is my enemy. Let's push it. And as you can see, the actor got destroyed. And that is exactly what we wanted to happen. And now we need to have something for this sphere as well. So if the hit component is going to be equal to the power sphere, we'll need to go into our wall of light and set a custom event. So custom event. And this is going to be called is powered. Alright. And we're going to do here a branch. And we're going to have an input. And we're going to call this boolean. And this is going to be set manually once we're going to call the custom event. So if we want this to be powered, we're going to go to our cube and set visibility to be true, and we're going to go to our box and set collision enabled to be no collision. And then if we don't want our wall of light to be powered, we're going to copy this, and we're going to go to new visibility, and actually no, we're going to have for this one no collision, and for the one above collision enabled, query and physics. And now we're going to go into our character. And from us wall of light, we are going to call is powered. And we're going to have here a flip-flop. Alright, so flip-flop is powered. We are going to set it to be false first time. And then second time, we are going to set it to be true. Alright, plug this in here and let's check if this is working or not. So I'm just going to go here, and as you can see, the wall of light is not here anymore. And once we are going to go and press A on this once again, it is going to reappear, as you can see. And now we can just go through this, but then also our enemy is going to be able to go through this. So this is pretty much all for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with new videos. If you did not understand something from the video, let me know in the comments below and I'm going to explain it once again. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye.